I think what happened on one day, Tracy took me to urgent care.
And that's where you go to get cared for urgently.
If you're in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which they not.
Right.
They said, your wait's going to be 2 hours. And I said, my wait's going to be 2 minutes. That's how long it's going to take me to walk out that door. But I went to see an expert, Earl, and Tracy took me to see an expert, Earl, and it was to one of these urgent cares. Well, we went in there to see him, and I got back there, and this doctor, I imagine it's a doctor. I mean, that's just my imagination. I got no way of proving it.
He could have been playing one on TV.
Well, that's right. I got no way of proving it. So they said I was inflamed.
You were flaming.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I said,
No, I'm
I
not.
don't feel like I'm burning. You know,
I'm still in the closet, I
I
promise.
only sell smoke. So anyway, they I ain't sure all this is right, okay?
But you gonna tell it anyway.
Yeah. I think what happened after that, they gave me some, well, they didn't give me no medicine. First of all, ain't nobody going to give me no medicine. You're going to pay for it, I guarantee
You're
you.
gonna have to buy it.
So they called or faxed or whatever they do down to the drugstore and sent me in some stuff.
Yeah.
And they told me, now this is some high pressure, high speed, high sensitive antibiotics.
The good stuff.
Yeah, that's right. So you're going to take these. Well, I did. Come home and took them, and I didn't feel no better. I said, well, I done took 2.
Didn't take.
Well,
Try 4.
well, that's what I did. I still didn't feel no better. So this, whatever day this was, it was like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, one of them days.
Mm-hmm.
One of the days of the week.
Yeah. So I didn't feel no better. That must have been Wednesday. So wait a minute. No. I don't know when it was, but anyway, I was off of work Friday and Monday because we was going to Gatlinburg.
Right.
So Thursday morning, I felt too bad, so I didn't go to work on Thursday because I had all this high pressure in my head. You know how, like, when you get ready to sneeze or that point right there?
Yeah.
Well, that's the way my head was feeling all the time.
But you couldn't sneeze.
Couldn't sneeze at all.
Well, I hate it when that happens.
Well, Earl, I laid up in the bed all day, whatever day that was. I think it might have been, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it might have been Thursday.
It was Thursday.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't feel no better. Well, so Tracy went to work Thursday night. So, Thursday night, all night long, I couldn't sleep. Up and down. Felt like a possum in my head or something. And I was like, this ain't no good. Because I got this pressure. If I could sneeze, it might blow my ears off. You know. So I was afraid to do anything. So, but what I did do is, about the break of dawn, well, no, it was way before that, about 2 hours before that, I said, let me get up here and get me a shower and get ready. When Tracy gets here, I get her to carry me to a different urgent care because they wasn't that urgent because I don't feel no better. So Tracy got here, and I said, all right, I'm ready to go. She said, you ready to go? I said, yeah. So I got in the car. Tracy drove me to Greenville to the Memorial Hospital over there, to the emergency room. We wanted one far away where they didn't know me,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you better off if they don't know you.
So we got in the emergency room and they said, all right, you're going to have to stay in the hospital. And they did. They put me in the hospital. But then, I guess some of all that stuff they was giving me started kicking in. I was feeling a little bit better, see?
Uh-huh.
And I know, because it was Friday, that Caleb, Carrie, all them, they was headed on up to Gatlinburg. But I couldn't go because I was in the hospital.
They left your dumb ass.
Yeah. Tracy didn't, because I needed a ride. So, I told them, I said, now this was on Friday when they put me in the hospital. I said, now I'll have to be leaving tomorrow. They said, well, we'll see how it goes, you know. And the thing about it is, you don't see how it goes. I know all their little tricks. First of all, they're going to hook you up to one of them bags. And
yeah.
See, they think that you think that bag that's life saving.
It's a magical potion in that little bag.
If you unhook it, you'll die right
That's
there.
right.
You know.
That's right.
But I didn't fall for that.
They put it on a pole with wheels on it so you can take it with you.
Yeah. So then, that was Friday. We got on Friday evening, a little bit later, and then they brought me some hospital food.
Oh, I bet that was some good stuff.
Yeah, it was probably, it was, I don't know what it was. But anyway, I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get me a good night's sleep. And in the morning, I'll have to be going. I have to get on out of here. Well, I did. I got me a night's sleep. It wasn't good. And next morning, here comes a lady doctor I ain't never seen before. I've seen all of them, but I didn't see this. This is the first time I've seen this. And she's about a 52-year-old, from the lower province of China somewhere. And she's about 5'2". You know, she needs a stepladder to get on the bed and talk to me. And she comes in there and she looks at me and says, "No, you stay more antibiotics." I said, and I'm trying to figure out what she's saying, you know, because I'm looking down over the bed at her. I'm looking down. Like, what'd you say? "No, you stay tonight." And I, "Oh no, I don't stay tonight." "Yes, so you have to stay. You have to take antibiotics. You're very sick." I said, "Am I?" She said, "You're very sick. You stay tonight and take the antibiotics." I said, "I no can do."
No can do.
Well, I was trying to speak Chinese.
Yeah.
Nope. I got to go. I got places to go. I said, I got family, even out of state, that I got to go to the out of state where they at. "No, you stay. You sick." I said, "No. All right." I said, "Well, I ain't gonna talk to you no more." So I didn't. So here, sure enough, about what day was this again?
It's been Saturday.
This is Saturday now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Saturday after she left about 8:30 in the morning. Well, here comes my good nurse.
You had a good nurse and a bad nurse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Good nurse. She bring me a snack. She bring me some pudding, cracker, ginger ale. You know, she was a good nurse. She's my dealer. Anyway, I told her, I said, "I'm gonna have to go." She says, "You're gonna have to go where?" I said, "I'm gonna have to. In other words, I'm gonna have to leave."
I'm leaving here.
She said, "No, they didn't say you could go home." I said, "Well, just to be honest with you, I wasn't asking them. I'm just telling you." She said, "You gonna check yourself out?" I said, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to, 'cause I gotta go." She said, "All right, well, let me go get something." I said, "All right, we're going to get it then." And she went in there and she got me a paper and she bought backup in there. So and the backup,
You gotta have a witness.
Yeah. And they hit, and the paper was going in explaining when I checked myself out. Well, I wasn't under their care no more, and if something happened, well, it wasn't their fault.
It's on you then.
Yeah. So and of course, you know, I thought to myself, well, you know, when they discharged me, it's kind of the same thing. So what's the difference? I'm just signing first, you know. In other words, I guess I'm signing first and they co-signing instead of normally like it is. They sign first and then I co-sign. Well, anyway, they said, "Well, if you check yourself out, it's on you and you sick and you need the antibiotics." And I said, "Well, y'all should have done gave them to me. Give them to me last night when I was laying here. I could have took them then, you know. Y'all didn't think ahead." So anyway, I did. They said, "Well, I guess you put your clothes on and go home." I said, "All right, I need to check out or anything?" "No, when you go down to the end of the hall, you know, tell them nurses who you are and you going on." So I did. I checked, put my clothes on, went on out there, but they knew they somebody done planned. Somebody done told them who I was. It like I was doing something wrong, you know. Because I went down there and I said, "Hey y'all, I'm gonna go." And they said, "You must be Mr. King." I said, "Yeah, like I done."
So they did know you over there.
Yeah, like I done something wrong. Like, you know, it was like I was stealing money from a bank or something, trying to get out of there. So anyway, I did. I got on out, and Tracy picked me up down there at the bottom floor, and we got in the car. And we come home, and I took a real shower in my real bathroom, and then we got dressed and we went on to Gatlinburg.
Well, now, did you have any more of them original antibiotics that they give you at the urgent care?
Well, see, that's the thing they do to you.
Oh.
See, they gave me like 10 in one bottle, and you take like 2 or 3 a day. So it ain't but 2 days at the most, But the hospital, they done scribed me something. There's about 20 in there, so I had enough to get through the weekend and everything. So it worked out fine, and I got better, not while we was in Gatlinburg, but when I got back home and got rest, took the antibiotics again.
So, in other words, you really didn't have a good trip to Gatlinburg.
No, it was a great trip to Gatlinburg.
Oh, it was?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It was just, my head feel like it's going to explode.
A football.
Yeah, yeah, So anyway, that's what I've been doing since you've been gone.
Okay.
And what you been doing? Diving down in the well pump or something?
Yeah. And we went through downtown Salem. I guess it would have been Wednesday. Could have been Tuesday. Might have been Wednesday. I'm like you. I don't keep the days all straight anymore.
Now you went through downtown?
Downtown Salem.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was traffic. And what I found out the cause of the traffic was something I have never seen before. And we'll probably never see again.
A little parade of animals.
No. Well, you if you've ever seen one, you'll never forget it. In front of us, going down Main Street of downtown Salem, was a guy on a moped. Now, I know you're thinking I've seen millions of mopeds, and I've seen guys on them and girls on them, and girls and guys and guys and guys, girls and girls. But this particular moped was unique. Unique.
Mm-hmm.
It had a sidecar on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
You talking about a moped with a sidecar?
A moped with a sidecar. And that ain't the end of it.
Well, here's my question before we go on, because I'm picturing Salem, and you behind them, and not only is it a moped, and not only has it got a sidecar, there ain't no billy goat in that sidecar, is he?
Dog.
Oh, a dog's in there.
The guy.
Did he have goggles on?
No.
Oh,
No. It wasn't going fast enough for goggles.
I'd have had some goggles on him anyway.
Well, I would have too. I agree. But the dog was sitting up in that sidecar. Well, I guess he did own it. Like he owned it. He did my sidecar.
Mm-hmm.
You keep your ass over there on the moped.
I'll stay in the sidecar. Yeah.
And I'm going to sit here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy turned off. Went into some little old, well, it's Salem.
Yeah.
So he went.
Side road.
And I just died laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was dying.
Well, I'm just glad, like you tell us every time, you got out your phone.
It happened so quick.
Yeah.
I didn't, by the time I reached for it, it was laying up on the dash, because I usually take it out of my pocket when I'm going out, scrounging around with a well.
Diving in the well pump, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't have it handy, but it happened, by the time I realized what it was, saw it, recognized it, recovered from the initial shock, he was turned off and gone.
Yeah. The sidecar on a moped is different than a sidecar on a motorcycle.
Well, not really.
Well,
it looks very similar.
That was
now,
my
it was a
question.
little bit smaller, of
Yep.
course, due to size.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dog was it riding in there, Earl?
It was a black dog.
Now, so why'd you have to bring that up? I didn't ask you a white
Well, I
dog,
didn't
black
know.
dog. Now you're going to throw that in there.
I'm not sure if he was, could have been a Mexican dog. I'm not sure, but it was black.
You think, see, when I picture a sidecar, I've seen them on motorcycles,
I have too.
and mostly in movies.
Yeah, World War II movies, a lot of them.
Right. But when I picture a sidecar on a moped, it's basically like a red flyer wagon with a lot of duct tape.
Could have been. I again didn't. It all happened pretty quick. I didn't really. I don't know if it had a lawnmower tire for the wheel or or a bicycle tire. I don't know what. Couldn't see the construction of it, but the visual was the moped sidecar, and sitting up in it as if he owned it, which I guess he did, was a pretty good size black dog.
I like that. I like that a lot more than having it. I would much rather see a dog in the sidecar than another person.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
God,
girlfriend.
yeah.
The girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been real
Because-
good if it'd been a billy goat in there.
Yeah,
It'd been
well,
nice.
it
with,
was.
with goggles.
I know it's
But
disappointing.
but now let me ask you a question. You said you've seen motorcycle sidecars.
Yeah.
You've seen them in the movies and all that stuff. Now let me. This is just me thinking. Okay.
And that's scary, but go ahead.
Why in the heck would you invent a sidecar? All right. Well, listen. Motorcycle. You can get on that thing and ride by yourself. Hey, if you got a girlfriend or something, you want to sling on the back behind you, she can hold on to you and y'all can ride that motorcycle.
Well, now you got to think this through, because you got to go back and picture motorcycles back in the day. They didn't have the big long seats like they do now.
Mm-hmm.
I had a
They just
bicycle
had like
seat.
a tractor seat.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was only room for one butt.
Yeah.
There wasn't a seat for a second butt.
So
So instead of putting the second seat back behind the first
which
seat,
has been real easy because they had tractor seats everywhere.
they decided to build this whole sidecar
Contraction.
deal
So two people could ride.
so two people could ride the
So they
motorcycle.
figured out a way to put this, and they call it a sidecar. It's not a car. It's a little bitty rocket you get in. If that thing was to get loose, so somebody took all the time instead of, hey, bolt that tractor seat on behind mine, and I carry two people. Or, no,
Let's build a
get out
contraption.
some duct tape, some chicken wire. What else we gonna need,
Give
Earl?
me that bicycle tire right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean,
We're gonna build you something you can almost lay down when you ride.
And I guess if you kind of think it through a little bit more, maybe they thought, well, what if that second person has got stuff?
Hepatitis. Oh,
You know, what if they got things they got
Yeah.
to bring with them?
yeah.
And then if the rider, the original rider, if he's got stuff, if we build this little sidecar, we can put the second person, and there would be room to tuck a little bit of stuff up in there.
What about if you had this second person and they had some stuff, and this motorcycle driver, he had some stuff, and they got together and said, let's buy a damn car. How about that?
Yeah, let's just buy a Geo Metro and call it a damn day.
You know, that would have been an option, but they already had the motorcycle.
Yeah.
So see, they was halfway home.
Yeah, that's a good
All
point.
they needed to do was add.
Tractor seat or a sidecar.
Now, I wonder why they hadn't started making, because, they did, jet skis for a while were just primarily like unicycles, just one person. Mm-hmm. But then they started putting an extra seat on the back of jet skis so you could take a buddy with you or a lady. Mm-hmm. And then they expanded them, and now they have 3-seater jet skis. Why don't they have 3-seater motorcycles yet?
Well,
Too dangerous?
I don't know. That's a good question. Why don't we? There's a business opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
What we could do is figure out the bolt pattern, how they bolt them 2-man seats on there, and make a long one that bolts right on. You just 4 bolts, take that 2-seater
Yep.
off.
You gonna put a sissy bar on the back so you don't fall off? You know they're called sissy
Nah.
bars.
I don't know nothing about that shit.
Them long on the back of a motorcycle, them things that come straight up like that, usually made out of metal.
No.
Them called sissy bars.
I generally don't look at motorcycle riders. Like, I see them, and then they'll wave at their buddies. They'll point at the ground or whatever they do to let them know, hey, I'm also on a motorcycle. Like, man, no shit.
Well,
didn't
just so
know.
you'll know, that little, them Jeep people, when you see them, they got,
They got
and the
Jeep
motorcycle
wave.
people, they do like that.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they do that is if you screw up on that motorcycle, that's where you're going, right down
Yeah.
there.
Right down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I see them, and I look away. And sometimes I'll even shut my eyes so I don't see them. Because I've said it very loudly and clearly on this podcast. I know some people who have motorcycles that are friends of mine, associates, loose friends.
You saw them on the road.
And I don't wish them no harm, but I'm blowing my grass in the road, and I don't give a damn. If you can't handle a little bit of grass clippings, you shouldn't have been going 800 miles an hour on 2 wheels. Maybe get all
In
4
front of your
wheels.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe get all 4 wheels. Some protection with windows, doors, such a roof probably.
Maybe a little roll bar.
Yeah, and
Sissy
then
bar.
do it. If you're that bad at driving that some grass clippings are gonna ruin your life, you should definitely get an 18-wheeler. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be on 2 wheels. Like you should buy a damn tank and have the tracks.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents, and I've said it before, and I'll say it until I die in a motorcycle wreck. That
I died in a motorcycle wreck.
that I am not.
Well, you see that? Here we go. Now, maybe the people that invented the sidecar was thinking ahead a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That sidecar gives you
Stability.
a third wheel
Yep.
to maybe compensate for them grass clippings.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about it said in it where the third wheel was a good thing?
Tricycles probably.
On a moped with a sidecar.
Yeah. I like
That's
it.
what I thought. One thing out of the whole universe.
I would like to see a. Now here's where we could get into something. I would like to see not a moped, like a motorcycle with a sidecar on each side and a little trailer behind it with like a rickshaw behind it taped together.
Yeah.
That way you could carry a family of 4 wherever you were going, and it would look like the Clampetts whenever they were coming to wherever or going to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It would look so ridiculous that people would stop and be like, "Hey, you got 2 sidecars and a rickshaw?
How much
This
is
is
it? How much
insane."
is it to ride this thing?
Yeah.
You must be rich.
Pull
Yeah,
over.
This is insane.
So a double sidecar trailer
Yep.
motorcycle.
Yep.
Well, now that you think about it, you might as well go and put the sidecar on each side.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to carry one extra, well, just carry 2 while you're going.
And at
put
that
one on
point,
each
if you did it
side.
that way, a sidecar on each side and a rickshaw out the back, then you'd have 6 wheels. Then you could go as fast as you wanted
Damn a
to
grass
through
clippings.
through the grass clippings, and you wouldn't ever have to slam on your brakes and be like, whoa, somebody blew some grass in the road. I better calm down. Dumbasses.
Dumbasses they are.
They are. Some guy stopped one day after I already told this story on here, but some guy stopped and wanted to get in a fist fight with me because and I'm pretty good about it. Like,
Fist fighting.
yeah. I don't take no L's. I'm just saying. When I was cutting my own grass, I would be very conscious about not blowing any in the road, or as little as possible. One day I cut a thick patch of grass and it tossed if I put it in both hands and sneezed, I wouldn't even tell there's no grass in my hands. It was that little. Some guy rode by on a motorcycle, stopped down the road, turned around, came back. He said, "You ought not be blowing that in the road." I said, "You should save more money and buy a real car." He's like, "This would cause me to lose control of my bike and tip it over." And I said, "Well, I had an uncle who tipped it over after he parked it. So, I mean, evidently it's not that hard to do, So, I don't like motorcycle riders. A lot of them. Some of them are fine, but don't be out here bitching about my grass in the, roadway that the Lord put there, or the DOT.
They got together, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they collaborate.
But plus, when you blow them out, you don't blow them. They act like you blow them across, an 80-foot of highway.
Yeah.
It's just scattered on that. You can't even see the highway for all the grass clippings.
Yeah.
No, it's just right there on the edge. Matter of fact, it's between that little white line and the curve.
Sometimes it don't even cross the white line.
Yeah.
And I've never, ever, ever seen a motorcycle rider near the white line.
No.
They are hugging the
They
middle
right
of
in
the
the
damn
middle.
road.
They closest to the middle as they can be,
Oh, my
daring you
gosh.
to get over a little bit too close.
Yeah.
And they on a motorcycle.
And I do it.
Oh yeah,
Because
me
if
too.
I hit them, I'm not going to lose that battle.
Getting you one of them extended mirrors on that
Yeah,
side.
that's that jousting that I don't think they're ready for.
Yeah,
All I
they
got to
won't
do
win
is
that battle.
open my door, 6 inches, and Paul's not going to be riding much more on the weekends with his friends.
Grass clippings is going to be the least of his worries.
And I ain't doing. That's the only kind of jousting I'm doing. I ain't getting on no damn horse. Now I would get on a 4-wheeler and joust, or like a jet ski, like a motorized something, not a motorcycle, something with a motor, and do it that way. But I would never do it on a horse. I do it really slowly on a donkey.
On a donkey. Y'all was in Gatlinburg.
Yeah,
on
we
Memorial
was on the
Day.
ride back on Memorial Day, so we didn't do any kind of festivities. We didn't set off no fireworks. Is Memorial Day a firework holiday? I think it is.
I haven't.
See, Memorial Day is.
I'm sure some people do, but traditionally it's not really associated with fireworks.
Memorial Day is probably not Memorial Day and Veterans Day are probably not days you want to set off fireworks. because of PTSD.
Well, not only that, but Memorial Day is more of a it's more of a hollow observance.
A solemn occasion.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, a lot of people get Memorial Day and Veterans Day kind of
Messed up, yeah.
entangled, messed up with each other, but because Memorial Day ain't got nothing to do with veterans, really.
No.
oh,
But you always hear a lot of, "Oh, you're a veteran. Thank you for your service." You
yeah.
know. But Memorial Day is, for the ones that
That's for the ones that died.
didn't get to
Yeah.
come home.
Yeah,
and
that's-
be a
that's-
veteran.
Gotcha.
That's that's the reason they place the flags on the grave sites, because Memorial Day is for the ones that didn't come back.
Oh.
That's remembering them. And then Veterans Day is
ones
basically
that
what
did.
it says, the ones
okay.
that did come back.
Gotcha.
that are veterans. But neither one of them's a celebration, really. I mean, it's Memorial Day is remembering, and then Veterans Day's
I think
like you say, thank you.
When do you think more hot dogs are sold, Veterans Day or Memorial Day?
July 4th.
July 4th.
I figured that was probably number one. I figured Memorial Day is probably number two. Memorial Day is where I don't think a lot of people know what it is. I didn't know what it was. But a lot of people just think, oh, we're going to the lake.
Yeah, it's
to
a
eat
3-day
hot dogs.
weekend, 4-day weekend, whatever.
Yeah.
You're right. It's
They treat it like,
It's
it's hot dog day.
yeah.
Well, you got basically Memorial Day kind of kicks off the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess Labor Day
Kind of knocks
pretty
ends
much
it.
ends it.
Yeah.
Now Labor Day is a day where a lot of children are born. What is that?
Yeah, that's when all the birthdays are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I got you. Because it's about 9 months after Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. And children have to ferment for 9 months or whatever before they're ready to go.
that's right.
Yeah. So I figured that was kind of what that was. But it's also, it's a day where it's Labor Day. So it's work day, but you don't go to work.
That's correct.
Maybe it should be Unlabor Day
A valid point.
or Anti-Labor Day. Or maybe we just shouldn't have it at all. And it should just be a celebration of everyone's birth. Maybe that's what we should do. We should convince everyone that you were born on April 32nd. When were you born?
August 25th.
Yes. And
Right along in there sometime.
June 12th and September 8th, which is pretty damn close to Labor Day, I think. We should just let everyone know, hey, on August 25th, congratulations, Earl. You did it. But we're not having a party until Labor Day. And Labor Day should be one big day where everyone has their own birthday party.
We see, I've thought about it a little bit different. My birthday ought to be celebrated by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she did all the work.
Yeah.
All I did was come in as
Crying.
usual,
Crying,
naked,
naked.
covered in blood, and screaming like my normal self.
Yeah.
She's the one that ought to be celebrating. I ain't got this fool inside me no more.
Yep.
Yeah. She got the receipts.
Mamas ought to be the ones that you celebrate your birthday,
Mm-hmm.
not you.
Or we should combine Labor Day and Mother's Day together.
Yeah.
You know,
See, that would kind of fit. Mother, labor, back to your original pun.
that's what I was thinking. But I'm also thinking that we need new holidays that we get off of work for.
Oh, yeah. I'm all
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
everybody's all for that.
Wait a minute, I'm retired. Oh, never mind. No, I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
So I think we should have like I don't know what we could center it around, but like when do the Chinese people get a lot of holidays? They have like Chinese New Year. They have regular New Year when everybody else does, but then they also have Chinese New Year where they take like a week off and
And they name it after some kind of animal.
Yeah, when's that come along? Is it
Well,
in January, February, March, April? When's
it's
it?
normally the last week of January or the first week of February, and it
Well, they could
alternates.
stretch that New Year's all the way through January, all the way to February or so. Their Chinese New Year. You can take like 6-7 weeks.
Yeah.
Right there.
For me.
Problem is we wouldn't have a lot of shit coming in then. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We'd be running out of stuff. Toilet paper again.
Uh.
And we need some of that stuff they got going on. or we could
Speaking
make
of
it
that,
here.
let me ask you a question about that. We had a shortage on toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
Now, so what happened to all the toilet paper people that roll it up for them? What did they say? We ain't gonna roll it up no more. Well, I mean, what happened? How did we get short on toilet paper? They knew how much we was gonna need because we need that same amount every day
week.
or every week or
Well,
every
now
month.
sometimes you use a little more than others.
Yeah. If you go Taco Bell,
you're gonna need a bunch.
But in general, they know about how much we're gonna use. So how we get short? Anybody know?
Well, I think you hit on a little something there. Back when that there COVID thing of Bobber hit, and everybody was closing everything down and staying home, and people was eating out a lot, doing a lot of call-out takeout, which probably increased the usage rate of toilet paper by a significant amount. If you was to go into your Taco Bells and your Wendy's and your places that just tears my guts all to pieces, your Mexican restaurants. And all.
You got guts like grits.
Oh God, we don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
This is a family show. We can't talk about my dang digestive tract. But that could have increased the usage of toilet paper enough to where, the old supply and demand thing
Well,
going
why didn't they
on.
just borrow a little bit from the coming up week? Let's get some from coming up week and put in on this week's supply.
Well, you can't get it if it ain't there. I mean, they ain't made next week's this week.
Yeah, I think it was
Somebody wasn't thinking ahead.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't thinking.
I think it was a situation where people got real scared and they said, "Oh, this is a virus that makes you cough and sneeze and a little bit of a headache." Well, I'm terrified, and now my stomach hurts because I'm scared. So I'm gonna have to shit.
Plus,
and now
I
I
ate
need some
Taco
more
Bell.
toilet paper.
What?
And I can't go to work. Oh, I work at the toilet paper factory.
Yeah.
I can't go to work because I'm scared to go to work.
They told me to stay.
But
home.
all this shortage stuff. What else we have shortage on? during that time?
Baby food, baby formula.
Well, now that right there was probably some sort of geofencing. What is it called? No, it's like where they don't want you to have more than one kid or whatever. Where they want a population control.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you can't feed it. It ain't gonna make it." And they were like, not a bad plan."
Chinese did it.
Yeah. Yeah. You want
So baby
six-
formula, that didn't really affect me a whole lot.
No.
Probably didn't
No.
affect none of y'all.
No.
So what else do we have shortage on? Didn't we have shortage on meat?
You was talking a couple weeks ago about a shortage on some kind of meat.
I didn't know there was a shortage. I know there's a big price increase, but
Maybe that was it.
all the price increases and all came from. Well, we'll get into politics if we go there, so I won't go there.
Yeah, I think everything's kind of evening back out. Now everything is real expensive, but I don't think we're running out of shit like we were with toilet paper.
I ain't heard of anything being there a shortage of.
But what I'm saying is we need new holidays, and you guys aren't listening.
well,
Hey, good
when
point.
You get
Good
to
point.
be in
We
your
wasn't listening.
mid-60s,
Yeah,
holidays
When you
aren't
retire like
that
us,
important.
yeah.
well, I ain't really retired.
Yeah,
I don't
we
act
do,
like I'm
yeah.
retired. I'm gonna do better on retirement than you doing, Earl.
So far, you ain't. All you done is lay up in the damn hospital the whole time you've been retired.
I ain't even retired yet.
Well, see,
Yeah.
you already practicing.
Yeah, and it's not going well.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to-
you ain't starting out on the right foot.
We're going to have to rectify some of that before you actually get into a full-blown retirement.
Yeah.
Because we can't be planning to go golf on Thursday and then Monday you're not feeling good and you're like, I better go on to the hospital. And be like,
Your
well,
head swelled up like a
Yeah.
football, and your nose looks like Jimmy Durante, and
we had plans.
yeah, people having to drive your ass all the way to Greenville and back 2 or 3 times.
We're just saying tighten up a little bit.
All right,
yeah,
then. Well,
yeah,
all right. I
You're
understand.
gonna have to get you a better game plan.
Yeah.
But, well, see, the problem, the issue that I'm having is I got about 30 more years of working. So I'm going to need some more holidays, damn it.
Well, we'll come. How about sidecar day?
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I was thinking like a restocked refrigerator day. Like you just take a whole day and you can go grocery shopping. You can go slaughter a family of hogs. You can do whatever you want to.
That's
but-
a good one right there.
Yeah.
Let's call it grocery day.
yeah.
And that's the day. No, only people that's going to be open that day is the grocery store. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the gas station, you got to get there.
Yep.
Other than that, everything else is closed. Everybody go to the grocery store on grocery day.
Mm-hmm.
Get your grocery for the week.
And the banks are going to be open that day too.
Well, they're going to need to be open.
Well, the hell with the banks. They take a holiday once a week.
Oh, yeah. If you just say,
Yeah.
they think it's holiday.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we're closing Tuesday
closed.
at 4. Like, well, you're only open till 4:30. Like, we got to get out of here. We got to make a
Of course,
holiday.
they're taking their lead from the people at the post office, which decide, hey, let's open from 10 to 10:03
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the third Tuesday of next week.
Yeah. That right there is the biggest crock of shit I ever heard.
That just
And then
blows my
they wondered
mind.
why the post office is losing so much money and no one's shipping shit through the post office. Nobody's mailing nothing. Because you can't ever catch them open.
Yeah.
They're open from 10 o'clock till 10:15. Then they take an hour and a half break. Then they're open from 11:40 to 11:48. Then they take a 3-hour lunch. And you can also catch them again at 2 to 2:11.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Up at the East Flat Rock, North Carolina post office, they got a sign that tells you when they open. They open all day, every single day,
In East Flat Rock.
except Saturday and Sunday. And they're open every day, all day between the hours of 10 and 2.
Yeah. I just don't get it. And then when you go in there, couldn't be more unfriendly.
Oh, yeah, and then you got to stand in line.
And less
Why am I
helpful.
in line at the post office?
You see, that's where that antitrust law ought to come into effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because the post office has got a monopoly.
Yeah.
And the monopolies ain't supposed to exist.
Yeah.
So what we need, business opportunity, jot this down, is an alternative to the post office.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You mean like FedEx?
Well, but see, they don't do packages. They don't do your normal routine letters and flyers and.
Now, if you put them in a big enough
Mailings.
envelope, they will.
Well, yeah, but then then you kind of defeated the whole purpose. But if we could set us up a nationwide alternative to the post office, run their ass out of business, then we could branch out and get our own little DMV thing going.
Oh, yeah.
In other words,
We
you
can
taking
run-
over the post office and the DMV?
Damn right.
I think the post office just really got scared when email came out. They were like,
How do we send that?
yeah, you can send this. You never have to see another person ever. You type it on your own computer and you hit send and they get it immediately. Well, why are they going to handwrite a letter, drive to the post office when we're here?
Buy a
Charge you
stamp.
55
Yeah.
cents or whatever the hell it is now.
So I think that Tibman-ness came in whenever they were like, well, they ain't going to have no use for us no more. And then FedEx and UPS were like, yeah, because y'all don't want to lift heavy shit no way, so they ship it with us. So really, the only people using the post office are,
Political candidates.
yep, and the people who send out those mailers for when they're having a big sale at a dealership.
Right. And windows you can stand on.
Yeah,
You know, them window people, they send you
and
some.
grandmas.
Yeah.
Leaf filter gutters.
Yeah,
Yeah. And grandparents who are sending $6 handwritten checks to their little grandson,
Yeah.
who doesn't even know their name, and they don't know his name because they have dementia.
Yeah.
So it's just a blank check for $6. Put little Timothy's name on it when he gets it. Send me an email picture of him opening it. Like, what the fuck? So yeah,
So we're going to have sidecar day,
refrigerator day.
Grocery day.
Grocery day. Yeah.
Grocery day.
grocery day.
That could be a 4-day weekend. Grocery day could come on a Monday, refrigerator day on Tuesday, clean out your fridge, restock
Yeah, I
it.
was going to say, they probably need to be a little real close together right there.
Or like a Friday, Monday.
Yeah.
But then we get into where the banks are not going to open on the weekend. So the banks have to be open that Friday and that Monday. And then,
Well, that's where the ATMs are going to have to take over the world.
yeah. Now we're getting I was in the gas station the other day. Yesterday, 2 days ago, however what day it is. It doesn't matter. And it was a little country gas station. And I was grabbing a
Which
Coke.
country?
United States.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
going that far for Coke. I was grabbing a Coke and a little pack of crackers. And I'm walking to the counter, and there's this fella behind the counter, and some old lady kind of like rushes in the door, and she says, "Do you have an ATM?" And he said, "Yes, ma'am, it's right over there." She said, "Does it do Bitcoin?" He said, "Yeah, there's an option for that on there." So she walked over to it, She said, it doesn't say Bitcoin. He said, well, there's an, if you go through the menu, there should be an option on there. She goes, I don't even know, and walked out. And this lady was 65, 70 years old. And I walked up to the counter, and the guy was kind of like, I don't know. I said, that lady is far too old to be out here using Bitcoin.
Yeah, because if you draw one out, what is it, like $23,000 now?
Yeah.
I mean, do you get that in hundreds or 20s, or can you select the option of how you want those bills?
Well, the best
Give me
part
one
would be...
Oh, I thought it was just a
Yeah.
coin that comes out, and it was said Bitcoin on it.
That would be
Yeah, but it's $23,000.
that would be the best thing.
Well,
if
it's
it
gonna
was
take
like
me a couple of days to get it out.
Yeah. If it was like the size of the bottom of your Yeti cup, and it was like a gold coin, that whenever you got it out, that's what it was worth.
Well, that is what it is, ain't it?
Not at all.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's a fictitious. It's like an.
Now you finna tell something ain't right.
That's just a symbol.
No, hell no, it ain't. Cause I've seen people go to Carvana and put them coins in there.
Oh yeah.
I've seen them do it.
Two Bitcoins to get your car.
I guess I don't know. I don't. Because I wonder where they get them coins at. But then I heard about Bitcoin, and so I guess it's in Bitcoins that they putting in there.
You don't ever get any change, though, do you?
I don't think so.
Ooh, boy.
It's because if you got change, I don't know how it'd come out.
Well,
Would it
that's
come
what
out
I
in quarters
was-
and pennies and nickels, or would
Yeah.
it come out in gold dollars or something?
I don't know.
Now that would be unique if it did come out in gold dollars.
Well, that you know.
But you just got sacks on. You got 700 pillowcases full of damn gold dollars.
You know what you're going to need if you got that?
Mm-hmm.
A sidecar.
Amen, brother. You're going to need a sidecar on both sides, rickshaw out the back, headed to the store for grocery day, and get some fireworks while you're at it because it's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
You got to shoot fireworks.